4 years of this. 4 years of people ignoring my rights as a human being. Telling me they're fucking sorry. You're sorry, you're sorry, you're sorry, you're sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry you're a coward too. I'm sorry it's fine as long as it's not happening to you. I'm sorry you make excuses why other people don't deserve the rights that they are entitled to under the United States Constitution. But it don't matter, do it? No, it don't. You call somebody mentally ill, you can rape them, you can beat them, you can fucking murder them. And nobody cares. You guys have the mentality of the fucking Nazis. Do you not see that? Look at how the Nazis treated the mentally ill and the homeless. This country is fucking gross. Each one of these places, I call them for help. They play fucking stupid. And then somehow that's my fault. It's my fault that they won't do their jobs. It's my fault that they won't investigate any of the crimes against me. It is somehow magically my fault. All of it, isn't it? It must be. You called me mentally ill. I must have hallucinated all of these fucking harassment calls. These must be fucking hallucinations, mustn't they? Let's see, how many did I get last night? A fucking lot. A lot. Scroll down some more. No matter what, the cops made any excuse that they could not to do their fucking jobs. Through all of this, they have done everything that they can to fucking rob me of resources and fucking slander my name so that it justifies their crimes. It is lots of people's job to investigate this. It's nobody's job if I have to go in alone. 4 goddamn years of trying to get help. 4 goddamn years of abuse and fucking neglect. Listen to the shit with Brandon. 4 goddamn years. 4 goddamn years. Brandon has not made any effort whatsoever to go in with me in person to make a report. He never fucking did. He gave me empty fucking promises. And then every time it came to keep his fucking word, there's some tail he's got to chase. I want to believe him, but after 4 goddamn years, no, I don't fucking believe him. I don't believe that he ever tried to come forward because he would have actually fucking made another goddamn effort. All of these people who claimed that they made an effort. 3 years later, the things that they claimed that they did, I recorded them. I recorded them claiming that they fucking did those things. Did they? If they actually did those things, then those cops did a lot more evil shit than you guys are willing to give them fucking credit for. Oh, nobody with a badge would ever do anything wrong. Officer Lolatai assaults me and you fucking ignore it. Why? Because you want me. You want me to be the bad guy. You want me to be the bad guy because it makes you feel safer. It doesn't make you feel safe to know that Officer Whale and Lolatai can fucking shoot you and get away with it, does it? How does it make you feel to know that because of the color of Whale and Lolatai's skin, he's probably not going to get convicted? Here's the thing. You guys made me a target for dangerous people and then ignore all the fucking crimes that they commit. I need someone to go in with me for my own fucking safety. And they need to know what the fuck is going on, number one. Number two, they can't be fucking cowards. Molly Smith went in with me. She was the only person in 2018 who actually went in with me, but she had no fucking clue what was going on. Afterwards, she was pretty fucking pissed that Han didn't do his job. At least I wasn't an asshole. At least I didn't rub it in her face and say, I told you so. These people's excuses for not trying is it's not going to work. That's literally the only thing that does fucking work, dumbass. You have to go in with me. All of this happened because I had to go in by myself, and the law allows the law enforcement to victimize the victim in these situations. Maybe we'll call the FBI again. See if those bitches answer. They can deny me my rights by pretending that everything that I say is bullshit. They can deny my rights by abusing their power. It just takes one little piece of slander to destroy a man's life. To this day, I've never been allowed to defend myself. I've never been allowed to show evidence. You guys should listen to that conversation between me and the fucking state patrol officer. That's right, I had to call the state patrol officer. Guess what? They tell me I have to go to my same fucking predators, Scott DaCosta. I've been speaking out about that son of a bitch for 3 goddamn years. This guy, his name is apparently Random Dude That Exists. And he types, we're here for you, Sean. Don't worry. Don't worry? No, you're not here for me, dude. You are not fucking here where it matters. I tell these people I'm not capable of doing the things that they fucking demand. They don't care that I am in fucking capable. The fact that I am in fucking capable is something they fucking prey on. And all of you know it. There isn't a human being in America who doesn't know that if they have a bad day, they can take it out on someone who's called mentally ill or someone who's homeless. For many of us, our own families are our predators. When you're autistic, you're not fucking retarded. You're not. But that's how you get treated. Like, you must not know what's going on around you because you're fucking retarded. You must not know what an assault feels like because you're fucking retarded. You must not know what threats are because you're fucking retarded. They keep saying to write a fucking written report. How many have I written? They never investigate. They take advantage of my disabilities and deny me the rights of a disabled person in this situation. And then they use the term mentally ill to justify it. So I'm too mentally ill, apparently, to know what being assaulted fucking feels like. But apparently I'm not mentally ill when it comes to railroading me in court and pretending that I just didn't make an effort. Obviously, I've been making a fucking effort. Obviously, without someone going in with me, I will be fucking victimized. And you tell me that it's my fucking fault. No, it is not my fault that you choose to victimize me. It is not my fault that you look the fuck away. It's not my fault that you make 3 years worth of goddamn excuses, Brandon Ratner. I'm pissed off at all these people for the same fucking thing. Not one of them ever, even once. Not one of these people who knew what the fuck was going on, who was actually fucking involved. Not one of them. Not a goddamn one of them. Meanwhile, I'm not allowed to show nothing in court. I'm not allowed to speak in court. I'm not allowed to fucking fire my public pretenders when they don't do their fucking jobs. I did a lot of shit that's fucking illegal, and people are telling me, dude, that's illegal. That's illegal. They can't do that. They fucking did! Because it was just me. It still is. Just me. I've called everyone there is to fucking call. I'm not a fucking human being to you. Fuck this goddamn country. That ain't no goddamn joke. You don't like hearing the words goddamn? I don't give a holy fucking goddamn. I'm a human being. But I don't get treated like a human being. I get treated like a fucking animal. And you want me to say fucking thank you? You want me to say thank you to the people who fucking ignored it, knowing it was going on? Four fucking years of jumping from one place to another to another to another. This dude here, he knows a lot about what the fuck is going on. The shit that I'm having to deal with over his fucking ex, he's got to deal with this shit too. He didn't do anything wrong, but he's got to jump through a bunch of goddamn hoops. Why? Because he's got a fucking penis. There are at least a dozen situations over the last year where he should have fucking called the cops on his ex. Do you know why he didn't? Because he's afraid of getting in trouble because he's got a fucking penis. Women are more violent than men. That is not a joke. That is an observation. See, we spend a lot of time trying to paint women as the victims in every fucking situation. We might as well just give it to them. When a woman is fucked up on drugs and destroying people's lives, we should just let them have those lives. Y'all apparently think that's right. You think it's right to abuse me over fucking slander. You think it's all right that I'm not allowed to defend myself because you're not there. There are people who claim that they were going to help me. The problem is that their words were the most important fucking part. When they fucking procrastinate and make fucking excuse after excuse after excuse. Like, what kind of a piece of shit do you have to be Brandon Ratner right now? Really? I want you to think about that. I want you to go back through with these conversations that I've had with Brandon. Yeah, that's right. It hasn't just been a one-way street. But the help that I needed to this day, he hasn't done so. He said that he tried. Lots of people said that they tried. Well, fucking speak up then. If you fucking tried, obviously I've been fucking trying. Obviously the cops are going out of their fucking way to prevent the truth from being shown in court. And obviously these people are fucking ashamed for a reason. They didn't keep their word. That's not my fault. All of them leaned real fucking heavy on the mentally ill shit as their excuse. Like with Brandon Ratner and his brother. Said, well, you know, my brother's got to go through that stuff and it's not doing any good there. First of all, it is. You just have to fucking fight, motherfucker. The other thing is, obviously, Brandon, you admit that I'm not fucking schizophrenic. A lot of people admitted that. People who've known me for years. You can admit it to me. You can't fucking speak up about it in court. You can't write a fucking report. You need to write it and make a fucking copy. You need to write it the fuck down. What the fuck kind of piece of shit do you have to be that after fucking 4 goddamn years you still haven't come forward? You're still chasing fucking tail. You're still making excuses. All of this stuff on these YouTube fucking recordings, it shouldn't be on fucking YouTube. That shit should have been in the fucking courtrooms. And if Brandon Ratner had made an actual effort, it would have been. If Miss Peaches had made an actual effort, it would have been. But you have to go in force. There needs to be more than one fucking person, especially when the cops have a history of treating people like this, like Boulder Police Department. And any police department really in Denver or around it. Being on the East Coast, yeah, that's a racist fucking place. If I was black, I'd move out of the South. I'd let them fucking whiteys do their own fucking work. That's not a joke. Y'all are still slaves in the South. It's fucking stupid. And you keep going back. I keep wanting to ask Laron Faust, hey man, why'd you move back to Florida, dude? You're black. Does this sound fucked up? The fucking course it does. But look at it this way. What do we tell a woman who gets beaten up by her husband and goes back? While you trying to be supportive of her and trying to be supportive of her decisions to go back to the dude that's beating on her because you care about her, and if she needs help, you want her to know that you're going to be there. But at the same time, how can you be there for her when you're being victimized for helping her? When she's going back to the dude that you rescued her from, and you're taking the beatings for it. You're taking the beatings now. You're taking the harassment and the fuck yous. Brandon Ratner got a small fucking taste of what I go through every goddamn day. He thought he had friends. He thought he'd go to a party that he was invited to. So he went to that party, figured he'd do him some socializing. He gets to do some positive socializing. He gets to go to situations like that. I fucking don't. I am your fucking whipping post. But he goes to this party, and his ex, Veronica, she's a fucking nut job. She likes to fucking swing at him like a whole bunch when she's having a fucking manic fit. And we're not talking about like with mine, or it's called a manic fit, but really it's a fucking meltdown. No, dude, she did a lot of evil shit to him. She was not loyal to him in the least bit. She was nice as long as she got what she wanted. That's most girls in the US. All these stories that I was telling you right from the start, I was able to collect a lot of them. It's a shame I had to do it that way. But you notice how, although I had done none of them wrong, and I was telling the truth, none of them came forward on their own. Out of all of the ones who claimed to, not one of them has a shred of proof. Not one of them can tell me the name of the officer they talked to. Not one of them has a copy of the report that they made. Not one of them went in with me. Now, I could have let these people know some of the slander that was being said and being used, but I was denied the use of the telephone. See, if you don't have the money on your books for the telephone, then they can prevent you from making those calls. And that was the whole point. Mandy Hughes, she put money on my books so that I could use the phone while I was in jail. Guess what? It never fucking showed up. It wasn't until after they'd already tortured me into submission. Yeah, that's when her daughter, Alyssa Rainwater, finally put some money on my books. There's a lot of stuff that Alyssa Rainwater said, and I recorded those things. Those things show that those officers fucking lied. Did they, though? Why were all of these people so incredibly fine with telling me these things? But then later on, when I record them saying these things months later, they pretend I'm a bad guy. A lot of these folks with the government, you can hear it in their voices. Like that lady the other day. I could tell from the way she started the call that she wasn't going to help, but I proceeded anyway, didn't I? See, here's the thing, that when you go in by yourself, they don't help. When it results in somebody's death because they basically ignored me, the only interest that they had in me going to their office, like Nicole Peralta, the sliding fee scale, that's all they were interested in. All they were interested in was getting your money. Brandon Ratner doesn't fucking register in his head the financial burden that I've had to go through. It doesn't occur to him the physical burden that it's put me through. I want to believe him. It's just his word versus the cops. But then again, the cops were allowed to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Cops were allowed to slander my name. They were allowed to steal evidence and destroy evidence. They were allowed to harm me for trying to tell on them. And for trying to tell on my other predators. Like Alicia Bollinger. Rochelle Shelley Campbell. Tim Beeson. After these people did fucking horrible shit. You guys pretend. That's what you do. You fucking pretend. You pretend to care about homeless rights, but then you ignore the individual cases. You need to get involved, not just bitching about it. Not just bitching on Facebook, but making an honest goddamn effort to fucking follow this shit through in court with them. Instead of, like with me, look at all these people that, they're not real fucking people. I look at Dan Apathy's fucking profile. Yeah. I'm his one friend. Katie Saltzman, I'm her one friend. I want to believe them. Obviously, Katie Saltzman's not dead. She was able to log on to her account. See, all this shit that these people are mad about is because I went out of my way to try to stop the fucking violence. If the police won't listen, I'll take it to the public. They wanted to be pissed off because I took it to the public. Well, with all due respect, you should have tried taking it to the police. You have no fucking proof that you took it to the police. Now, if you went in with somebody and you did it that way, then you've got a fucking witness. Who's your witness, Brandon? Who is there when you did these things you claim that you did? Miss Peaches, who is there when you did these things that you claim that you did? This shit should have been taken out in fucking court. Not make me a fucking target by the media. And the police did that shit on purpose. Why the fuck wouldn't they? I saved lives in Boulder for years. They did everything in their fucking power in all of these places that did not do their job before Natalie fucking died. And you can see how well invested they are in fucking hiding that fact. Telling me they're fucking sorry. Why the fuck are we paying these places to refer you to a place who's going to refer you to a place? I've had 4 goddamn years of referrals. I say, hey, it's not going to do any goddamn good unless you go in with me. You need to tell them, Brandon. You need to fucking tell the courts. You need to tell the fucking cops. You need to fucking come forward. Everything that you're going through, Brandon, everything that you're going through, you deserve. You let a good man fucking hang because you wanted to chase tail. It's not that I'm unfucking grateful for the things that you've done. I'm fucking pissed off because you never fucking spoke up. Just like all these other people. Empty fucking promises. And they all get away with it by calling me mentally ill. All of them by preying on that tag. The Bollingers made my life fucking hell for over a goddamn year before Natalie was fucking killed. And the police and the media let them do whatever the fuck they wanted. And they always absolve themselves of their fucking sins, don't they? You say, oh, there's a proper way to do these things. And you denied me the right to do it that way, bitch! Telling me that there's a right way to do it doesn't make any goddamn difference when you change it. You can go through and you can listen to the conversations with Alyssa Rainwater and then listen to that conversation with Amanda Jonas. Fuck the cops. You listen to the way that she fucking talks to me like I'm fucking retarded. She basically calls Alyssa Rainwater a liar the whole fucking time. Now, these people are manipulating an at-risk fucking adult. Is Alyssa Rainwater a fucking felon or no? It doesn't fucking matter. You call me mentally ill, you can do whatever you want to me. I don't want to hear your I'm fucking sorries. Stop being a bitch. Fucking do something. Now, I try to not give out personal fucking information. But you know what? I can't just sit here and take the abuse. Brandon Ratner should have come forward. When I call the FBI, I have to post it in public. I have to. Or you guys pretend that I make zero fucking effort. So I have to not give these officers these people's phone numbers. Well, unfortunately for Brandon, he's had ample time to come fucking forward. That shit that I fucking recorded and put on fucking YouTube should have been fucking heard by police. I needed someone to go in with me for my own fucking protection. The way that the mentally ill and the homeless are treated by police is the same nationwide. Matter of fact, the proper thing to do, not that I would ever get any such courtesy, is probably to call Brandon and let him know.
Three, 0, 3.
Ugh. Yeah, I hung up before you guys got his number. That's probably my fucking soft spot right there. I don't want to be rude or inconsiderate unless I absolutely have to. All of these people fucking lying to me. You know, the more they lied to me, the less I trusted them, the less I believed them. And they always got an excuse, right? I can prove my excuses and have been for 4 fucking years. See, we're not in the We're not in the phase where these people can help me anymore unless they are fucking loud and proud. Unless they admit that they fucked up. And they gotta do it in court. Do any of these people care enough about me to admit they were wrong? After 4 years, survey says ding, 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 no fucking way. People say this is because I'm on the internet. If I wasn't on the internet, people wouldn't be harming me in person. See, that's what you fucking idiots aren't getting. I have to deal with this in person. Those of you saying you're sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, that hasn't fucking gotten a goddamn thing done. That hasn't gotten me help in person. Most of these people, I went there because they offered me the help that I needed in person. Many of them were people who were actual fucking witnesses to the situation. People who know that the fucking scenario that people were selling was not the fucking truth. Of course, how are you going to make the time when you're busy selling drugs? How are you going to make the time when you are too busy getting fucking drunk and you barely know what the fuck is going on around you? Shannon Alvarado got so fucking blitzed nearly every night that literally the only thing she could function well enough to do was fucking yell at people. It's okay for people to yell at me. It's okay for people to assault me. Why the fuck would the cops do their jobs? I want you to go back through and listen to those conversations with Aaron Cockerham and Bobby Forrest, the ones with James Payton. All these stories I told were true. I was completely honest about fucking everything. But it didn't matter, ultimately. What got me a day in court, not that I was allowed to speak or show evidence, but the only thing that got me a day in court was breaking the fucking law. The law broke the law. The people that were supposed to be helping me were robbing me of my fucking resources and giving me empty promises. And you say it's not your fault. Yeah, actually, it is. These things are illegal. It's illegal to do these things to anyone, let alone somebody who's disabled. But the laws only matter if you care. Sure, the law says it's more illegal for a cop to kill a black person than it is to kill me, but if you don't care, they're just going to keep killing black people. But they're going to kill a lot more homeless people and a lot more disabled people. Right now, we focused on blacks again, ain't we? Goddamn right we are. We go through this every 10 years. Every 10 years, they make it more illegal to be racist against black people. And guess what? We're still having the same problems we had in the 80s when I was growing up. I won't speak for how it was in the 70s. I wasn't born until 1980. But the same shit that black folks are going through, despite the fact that it's highly illegal to target them in that way. Well, here we are many years later, they're still being targeted that way. But then again, we tell a man when he is in a situation where he's victimized, we tell him you shouldn't have been there, don't we? Damn right we do. You shouldn't have been there. Right there, you are victim shaming. Right there, someone is coming to you for help, and you're blowing them off because of their genitalia. All of these people who didn't come forward, and I had to record it and post it on fucking YouTube in the hopes that somebody would actually fucking help. I wouldn't have had to post it on YouTube if they'd have told those things to the cops. If they'd have gone in with me. Those stories that I told when Natalie disappeared were true fucking stories. I need help to end the victimization. The fact that I have to go to the police officers, the very police officers who have victimized me and blown me off for the last 4 goddamn years. Many of them taking part in assaults, threats, and harassment. They say I gotta go to their superior officer. I go to their superior officer, and what happens? Their superior officer immediately starts trying to help them to cover up their crimes. The only protection I had against that was these people, these things that they're angry that I posted here on YouTube. If they'd have said those things in court. But no, they want to play victim because I had to show the truth. Years later, I told those stories over and over and over again while you treated me like I was a fucking liar. And I'm telling these people, hey, you know what? You need to fucking come forward with the truth. I'm being abused. And guess what? After well over a year of fucking abuse, I fucking recorded our conversations to show the fucking truth. That these people were fucking lying to me out their asses. They're promising to go in with me and not keeping their word. And then when they don't keep their word, they treat me like shit. Like I'm a bad person because I'm angry about being fucking abused and they're not doing a goddamn thing. I can understand certain things. A lot of women, they know that they tell those certain lies and it makes it okay. Like, you know, you don't keep your word after fucking 7 months. You know that every day that person is being abused, but you know that if you say, oh, my kid is sick, I have to understand. Well, Brandon doesn't have a kid, so he can't pull that trick. Most of you who are parents still pull that trick. You're fucking manipulators. When you want help, you want it right fucking now. My kid, my kid, my kid, my kid. When it comes to helping anybody else out, it's I can't, my kid, my kid, my kid, my kid. Any fucking excuse. You want help from others, but you're not willing to give it. You watch them take your neighbor, but when they come for you, you want a bitch. Nobody will help you. Nobody will help you. Look how you fucking treated your neighbor. How many women has Brandon chased in these 3 years? At least 6 that I'm aware of. All of these people who pretended to care about me, who called me family, later hid behind their fucking families, their excuse. That's fucking cowardice. You're making things worse for them fucking kids. Look at Amy Spencer. I told you about her. The fucked up shit that she did. I also recorded conversations with her and with her ex. Thing is, this is too much for anybody to fucking deal with. I mean, all they got to do is ignore the crimes committed against me, fucking stretch out my court date, and keep them stretched out, not doing anything at any of my fucking court dates. All of my public pretenders postponed repeatedly. You got 30 days for discovery. That means if your public pretender postpones just once for a month, you're fucked. That's all it fucking takes. When you're homeless, that's the first thing they do. When you're disabled, that's the first thing they do. They did everything that they could to keep the evidence of my abuse out of the courts. The police, the judges, even the public fucking pretenders. You're paying all these people to abuse the most victimized people in America. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself. Meanwhile, is it that I wasn't trying? Or is it that Brandon Ratner didn't actually ever try? I mean, sure, he let the words fall out of his face, but he didn't follow through. And he still blows me off. He said he's going to try to show up here this week, and I want to believe him. I want to believe him. Why don't I believe him? Because of history. You guys say don't live in the past. Well, with all due respect, it ain't living in the past. It's learning from your fucking lessons, dumbass. If Brandon Ratner has claimed that he's going to go in before and hasn't done so, and he's claimed that he's going to help before and he's chased tail instead, repeatedly, what is it that he is likely to do? Is it more likely that he's going to keep his word, or is it more likely that he's going to chase tail? See, he eventually showed up at a court date. Eventually. A court date that stemmed from the goddamn dominoes that came from people just like him. And each one of these people, you know, when I tell them, hey, it's not just you, they think that's me trying to alleviate it for them. No, I'm not. You are just as wrong as every other person who did that. Maybe if you'd listened to me, it's not that I didn't say the fucking words. It's that you didn't get it the first 30 fucking times I told you. Your ears are off. That's not my fault. That's not my choice. I don't need your fucking sorries. I need you to get off your bitch ass and stop being a bitch. Innocent people are fucking dying, and yes, Brandon, they're fucking dead. There are people who are dead who would be alive if you had fucking spoken up to begin with. I'm not being abused because I'm not doing the right thing. I'm not being abused because I'm not fucking trying. I'm being abused because nobody fucking cares. If they cared, they would listen. I wouldn't have to repeat myself 300 fucking times and still have them make the same stupid fucking suggestions. I can't fucking take care of myself. Telling me to move to be somewhere fucking homeless, to be victimized more, and not even be able to run away from it. I literally can't fucking run. All these people saying there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Bitch, you should have done something about it 3 years ago. When you know that a disabled person is being abused and you look away, you are committing a fucking felony. I told those stories because they were true. And I got called a liar. And the people in those stories, in those conversations, they verified the fact that I wasn't fucking lying. I was telling the truth the whole fucking time. Each and every one of these people who fucking treated me like fucking shit because they didn't keep their fucking word. Everybody's too busy with their own lives. Everybody's got problems, right? That's your justification for allowing this? Everybody's got problems, so it must be okay? And you call me mentally ill. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hmm. I'm Brandon.
Three, zero, three, eight. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Well, I guess we'll have to try voice to text. Oh, let me do that now. Give me an update that allows me to record things again. Brandon, I'm going to need to call the FBI. Every call that I've made so far, I've had to make by myself. Not once have you actually done anything, Brandon, as far as that goes. You need to document that shit instead of just ignoring it. You know that it's happening. Fucking do something, Brandon. Now, I've made hundreds of calls to the FBI, and I have to try to mind my P's and Q's and what I say so that the general public doesn't get your phone number. But Brandon, I can't fucking wait on you anymore. I can't. I can't wait on you to chase. What is this? 6, 7, 8 women now? I can understand the situation with your brother, with your mom, with a lot of other people, but you've left me hanging for over a year, or for over 3 years now. It only allows me to record a minute at a time. And it says it's sending. The point is, Brandon, that I can't keep your number a fucking secret. I can't just make a call to the FBI and not record it. I can't. After all of the fucking efforts that I've made, they pretended that I didn't make effort. And you fucking know better. That's the problem, Brandon, is that you know better. 3 goddamn years. 3 goddamn years, Brandon. That's too long. So when I make the call to the FBI later, and I say your phone number, and it is out there for everyone on fucking Facebook and YouTube to hear, just remember that you had the opportunity to do the right thing first. You had 3 years worth of opportunity to fucking come forward, and you didn't. I'd like to believe that I can call the FBI and not have to make it all fucking public. But that's not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is when you're called mentally ill, you have zero fucking rights. People can do whatever the fuck they want to. Yeah, it's illegal for all these people to do this shit. But it's only illegal if anyone cares and you don't give a fuck about the homeless. You care about your families. I see how you care about your families. I don't hate that you interact with your families different than me. I don't hate that. What I hate are your fucking excuses. When it comes time to keep your word to actually fucking do something, look at all these people, all of them. Look at Katie Cahill. Look at Brandon Ratner. You know, I made a lot of fucking efforts, and I can prove I made those efforts. Brandon, I just got to take his word for it. I want to believe him, but I can't. How many years has it been, and he still has not come forward? Well, he's come forward on my YouTube channel because I had to fucking record it. That much is true. Those things shouldn't have been recorded and put on my Facebook. They should have been taken care of in court. Why didn't they? Oh, yeah, because Brandon didn't come forward, and he wasn't the only one. I can't blame it just on Brandon. I take personal responsibility for the shit that I fucking did. A lot of people, they just don't want to hear that the things that they did that were wrong had consequences for others, that their bullshit had consequences for others. Miss Peaches didn't care that her not coming forward had consequences for me. She didn't care. She pretended to. But when it all came down to it, protecting my predators was more important. Why is that? Well, because Miss Peaches is a drug dealer. Lane McCralius is a drug dealer. Many of these people were out on the streets at the same time and did a lot of the same drugs, and also had sex with a lot of the same people. And there's these people who want to pretend that if they pretend everything was about sex, then it justifies their crime. No, it was never about fucking sex to anyone except you fucking assholes. It might have been about sex to Natalie. It might have been about sex to Alicia. It was never about sex to me. But when you do fucked up shit, I've got a penis. You know that that's something that you can take advantage of to manipulate others. See, the problem with this country is that people don't know what's going on. Every fucking one of you do know what's going on. But just like them assholes with BLM, you have to have somebody lower on the totem pole. How dare the disabled ask for rights? How dare the homeless want justice for the crimes committed against them by the police? How dare they? How dare a broke person want to be able to go to the police about being assaulted? How dare that poor person think that? They should know their place, isn't that what you tell me? You should know your place. Know my place. Well, excuse me, goddamn you. This is the United States of America. Ain't we supposed to be fighting for equality? Where are these rights that these fucking cowards in the military are supposedly fighting for? Where are they? That's right. Every soldier serving in the military today is a fucking coward. If you work for the tyrant, you are by default the fucking tyrant. I'm not at risk by people in Iraq. I'm at risk by pieces of shit Nazis like you. If you are in the military, you're a fucking Nazi. Straight up, no doubt about it. The United States, for the last 30 years, has been doing what? Getting as fucking Nazi as they fucking can. Of course, our modern society is based off the Nazis, isn't it? We let all the worst Nazis get away so they could work for us. The Russians did the same thing. Oh, you designed weapons of war as a labor of love. Well, we would love your international fucking boom booms. We love the shit out of your buzz bombs. That's what we called them. Buzz bombs or doodle bombs or doodle bugs. Germans called it the V1 rocket. Ran off Fiesler pulse jet engine. And then the second one was the V2. Hey, you guys can thank Wernher von Braun for that. By the way, he's the father of modern space exploration, and he's also the father of American spaceflight. By the way, the father of Russian spaceflight is also a Nazi. Fucking pathetic, isn't it? Now, where did Adolf Hitler and his cronies get the idea for concentration camps? They got from the United States model that showed up after the Civil War. What model is that? Chain gangs. The United States, when you've got 4 million freed slaves, and the United States government made it legal across every state that if you're convicted of a crime that you can still be used as slavery. You got these 4 million freed people who really aren't free. They're now homeless. You make it as homeless or as illegal as you can for them to be homeless. Well, now you've got 4 million slaves again. Or 4 million potential slaves. But now slavery isn't just in the South, it's in the North too. It's everywhere. It's legal. As long as you can fucking railroad them in court. I shouldn't have had to break the law. But this abuse has gone on fucking long enough. You see how the fucking cops treat me. I need someone in person, or the cops are just going to blow me off. All of these agencies that I've gone to that fucking bullshit me. I'm tired of being bullshit. How is it magically only illegal if I do it? How is it magically okay for people to gang up on me? How is it okay for the police to throw a police report away? Most of them folks in the jail were giving me fucking hourly updates. Like, hey man, them fucking cops are talking about you. That's called a trustee. A trustee is basically the jailer's bitch. He does what the jailer says. In Arapahoe County, they wear a different color uniform from everybody else. Trustees are telling me, hey man, they got it out for you, man. I ain't never seen them out for somebody like you. What'd you do? You fucking kill a cop? No, I didn't kill a cop. I did not kill a cop. I got assaulted by one. He's like, oh. I said, will you write a report? Fuck no, he ain't gonna write a report. He's a trustee. He gets extra stack lunches and shit. When you're in jail, you're always hungry. Not allowed to trade. So just like out here, you got the people who have money and the people who don't. People who have family who cares and the people that don't. The people who can pay somebody fucking ramen noodles. One pack of ramen noodles is enough to get you beat up in jail. I had a child molester in there try to pay somebody to beat me up. That was fucking funny. There was also a guy in there who was bragging about how he got a retarded person to kill somebody for him. His name is in some of my videos, and it's also on a lot of my paperwork. I can't remember his name at the moment. All they had to do was ignore the crimes against me. Hey, Star. Star Mage, you typed hi, Sean. That's the thing is that all these people, I'm not mad at them for fucking stupid reasons. I'm mad at them because their procrastinating has resulted in a lot of harm against me. Obviously, I've recorded the conversations. The things I was saying were true, weren't they? The situation with Jamie manipulating. I even got her son and James recorded and on this fucking YouTube. I also got recordings from Chris Stegeman. Now, Katie Saltzman, she sent me that iPad, right? She was gonna come down here and help me, but there's fires around her house. I was worried that she might be dead. She's not. She's been on her fucking Facebook thing, so she's not dead. Oh, Star, you want to see some cool stuff I've been working on? Actually, all in this video. I feel bad for Brandon, I really do. But I gotta worry about me too. Yeah, I never wanted to post all this shit in public. I wanted it to be dealt with as adults. The volunteers didn't want to be adults about it. The police didn't want to be adults about it. My friends didn't want to be adults about it. With all of them, it's a shame that I had to show the truth in public because they were full of shit. Okay, Star, I'm about to make a video right after this. Also, I suppose this is the part where I should try doing the panhandle and begging bullshit on PayPal. My name is Dogged Roman. You guys want to try to donate something, you can try to donate something to PayPal. And that's how you find my profile. Press enter. Dogged Roman. Let's see. I fucking hate this. Trying to find stuff and it's not easy to find. Oh, here it is. Service at paypal.com. Says you've got money. Claudia Teodorescu sent me $20. Happy holidays. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Claudia Teodorescu. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Anything that you send me is just a temporary band-aid. I still can't manage the money myself. Still can't get a bank account. I still can't get the help that I need in person. So until I'm able to get someone to help me in person, anything that you give me is wasted on basic survival. Or on... Well, let me explain to you that between when Natalie died and the probably the middle of this year, all of my disability money was either spent going to courts or it was taken away from me for having to defend myself. Those police officers thought I did something that I didn't, and they do what American police officers do across coast to coast. They bullied me and bullied me and bullied me and bullied me and bullied me, thinking if they bullied me enough, I'd just shut up and take it. No, 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 no. As long as I have to take it, I'm going to speak up. You do that shit to me, I'm liable to do it back. A lot of y'all are lucky I don't believe in killing people because of that, because you've killed a lot of my loved ones with your silence. You know these things are happening. You know they're immoral. But you're too much of a bitch to do anything other than say you're sorry. Yeah. I hope you don't tell your own families those things. I hope that when your daughter comes up to you and says, hey, Dad's been fucking me, I hope you do something about it then and there. Instead of waiting until she's cutting on herself. Now she's in an institution being pegged as mentally ill because Daddy raped her and Mommy wouldn't listen. In conversations with Shannon Alvarado, a lot of other victims for that matter. For a lot of them, the thing that made them want to help me is the fact that they knew I was right. I grew up in the system with the cutters. I grew up in the system with those who actually attempted suicide, and there's a big difference. Most cutters, they're highly prone to suicide, especially the ones that cut deep. You guys don't want to know that, though. You don't want to hear it. You're too fucking sensitive. So anytime anybody says something, you want to destroy the fact that they said it. It doesn't fit your fucking narrative. For me, I get rid of trolls. Fuck your narrative. I'm trying to show the truth. And if you're going to be fucking trolling me here and lying to me here and lying about me here, I'll fucking get rid of your bitch ass. No problem. See, a lot of these fucking asshats want to bitch at me and tell me that I'm a hypocrite for blocking them. No, 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 no. See, here's the thing, is that all of the harm that was brought on me, who was a part of this situation, should not have been brought on me. It was brought on by people like this, who were not there for any of it. It is not their business. It is not their place to threaten, harass, or intimidate me or my loved ones, or the people who I am trying to get help from. Look at how many police officers, when I tried to turn in my predator, said it's not my fault. I didn't do it. Those of you women who have gone in to talk to the police after being raped, you know about the whole, well, are you sure you didn't maybe just ask for it a little bit? Holy fuck, Piggly Wiggly. If I'd asked for it even a little bit, I wouldn't be in here. Yeah, it's wrong when that shit happens to women, but it's also wrong when it happens to men. Nobody's gonna do anything when it happens to men. They're gonna make fucking excuses for years on end. The men and the women in these situations do two very different things. The women, when they do something fucked up, first thing they do is block you, then they go slandering your name. And then they say, I didn't do that. The fuck you didn't. How do men deal with it? They go fucking slandering your name and, well, pretty much everywhere? No. The only occasions that men do that for is when there's a woman involved, in most cases. In cases like this, they just blow you off. Tell you wanted it, needed it, chose it, or deserved it, or it's not their fault. Let me tell you something. Let's say you're walking by an alley and you see a woman being raped. You see the face of the man raping her. You could do something about it right then and there. Not 6 months later when she's fucking dead because he fucking beat her to death. You felt that it wasn't your business and you walked right on by. Maybe she was screaming for help. Maybe she made eye contact with you and whispered the words, help, please. But you didn't. You just walked by. It's not your fault. You're not the one committing the crime. No, you're the reason the criminal got away. You are the reason she's dead. One of these days, I probably will blow my head off on camera. And all these people who procrastinated because getting laid was more important, like Jace Jepson, Brandon Ratner, and Pierre. They can't blame it on my predators. My predators would have and could have been stopped if somebody had actually stopped and cared to fucking listen to me instead of treat me like a fucking retard over a year before Natalie was killed. According to the state of Colorado and the state of Nebraska, all of that pushing and shoving that I had to deal with is also considered assault. But look at how I am treated when I go in to try to turn that into the cops. No matter what, it's not their job, even if it's in their jurisdiction. Look at the crimes committed in this fucking county in the last 4 years by Scott DaCosta and his fucking cronies. He was supposed to tell me who the officer was who took me to Scotts Bluff, or took me to Sydney in January of 2017. You think he's actually gonna fucking do that? Probably fucking not. Kind of like Cindy, she was supposed to get me my paperwork, and all over there are at least 5 conversations where she plays fucking retarded in every goddamn one. Every single one. She starts over playing the same retarded bullshit. We cleared it up last time on the fucking phone. You understood last time on the phone. You were going to fucking get it to me. You said so on the phone. That conversation is recorded here on YouTube as well. I need help with this shit. Hopefully this airsoft shit'll pan out. I got that money that I needed, but I still didn't have any of the help that I needed. I still didn't have somebody in person. Had a lot of people that were, well, since I had money, they were having no problems making promises, but every fucking problem keeping it. And then they got more expectations of me. Like, I'm already overwhelmed and can't handle all this shit on my plate already, and they want to give me more. Then they want to pull that you owe me bullshit. Not the you owe me, but you know, when they try to fucking manipulate you by saying, well, I did this, 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 and this. No, you pressured me to fucking take that. Big difference. There's a big difference between you hounding me every day to fucking buy something. I can't get my own place. See, I have meltdowns over abuse and neglect. But I must somehow fucking deserve it because I have a penis. I must somehow deserve it because my stalkers got hurt and I didn't. All of these people who promised they were going to come forward, all of these people who pretended to give a shit, not one of them, not one, tried going in with me to make a fucking police report. When did the police do this fucked up shit to me the most? When I was alone. Brandon's not alone. He's got his family. And sure, he fucking complains about all the shit that he does for him. And a lot of times he feels like they're unfucking grateful for what he does for him. But that depends on who it is. These people say, hey, I didn't want my personal business out there. Well, hey, I didn't have a choice. You had a choice between being a decent fucking person or chasing pussy, Brandon. If I had a vagina, I wouldn't have had to fucking pull teeth. If I had a vagina, none of this shit would have happened. If I had a vagina, these people wouldn't have been able to prey on my gender to pretend like I'm a predator, because of course we all know that every man in America must be a predator because you have shitty taste in men. Yeah, you go back to the same dude who beats you 7 times. Every time you go back to him, you treat the people who rescued you from that son of a bitch like shit. But you love him. He doesn't love you, bitch. He loves beating on you. Just like you love beating on the people that helped you, you fucking stupid cunt. At that point, you are the predator. An innocent person is being harmed for helping you, but you don't want to be lonely. Poor you. I've never had a girlfriend, ever. I'm 40 goddamn years old. You can't handle being fucking single for 2 goddamn weeks? When you go back, it doesn't just affect your fucking life. It is my business at that point. You are choosing to be a fucking predator. Don't fucking pity party me for fucking help. Brandon Ratner, it's all fucking excuses. You notice I listen to him like a fucking therapist. Every goddamn conversation, I listen to him. It's just a bunch of fucking excuses. He says, well, I didn't know they were going to do that. Like, dude, I've been calling you for 3 fucking years. I've been telling you for 3 fucking years. What it all comes down to is it my fault that people don't listen? I'm not a bad person for being different. You're a bad person for treating me different. You are a bad person for victimizing me because I'm different. And by the way, fuck BLM, Black Folks' Rights. I'm not going to fight for some fucking racist organization. BLM knows that their fucking narrative is bullshit. Everybody in the fucking country knows their narrative is bullshit. That's not to say that black folks aren't being victimized. That's to say they are making it a fucking racial war. Most of the victims of police brutality are white. Over half of those killed by cops last year were disabled. Not black, disabled. Almost half of those killed by police last year were homeless. Not black, but homeless. Who are the 2 groups of people that are not represented by this race war? Who are the 2 groups of victims that are ignored in this race war? This is BLM's race war. They are making it about race. Trying to sell the narrative that if it's not happening to a black person, then it must be justified. It's only wrong if it happens to your group, isn't that fucking right?